His first fight to the very talented world. Just so unorthodox.
He's just not making a mockery, of the whole thing. And Roberto Vasquez just doesn't throw a punch out against this fast hand Filipino.
Naturally gifted athlete is Francisco. All over the world, and it makes you a very good opponent. Look at that!
Oh, and a big sweeping left hand, and down goes the former world champions today. Sitting ring.
Isang bagitong Pilipino na kakaibang estilo kung makipagbakbakan, na binansagan ng mga banyaga na Naseem Hamed ng Pilipinas. Matapos ang sunod-sunod na impresibong panalo via knockout, nagbinansagang gintong kamao ng San Jose Mindoro na si Drian Francisco, ay sumugal na ang kampo ng bagitong Pinoy na iharap ito sa isang delikadong kalaban na pinanalo ang isang knockout of the year sa isa nitong laban. Ang boksingero ng bansang Panama na si Roberto Vasquez ay may kartadang 27 panalo, 24 na knockout at 3 talo. At habang ang bagitong Pilipino na si Drian Francisco ay isang walang talong boksingero na may 17 panalo at 1 tabla, ang labang ito ay ginanap dito lang sa Pilipinas na isang 12 round ng bakbakan sa Super Flyweight Division na pinahanga ng bagitong Pinoy ang mga banyagang komentator sa laban na kung paano lang ito paglaruan ang naging prospect of the year na si Roberto Vasquez.
The most popular boxer in Panama right now.
And light flyweight champion, won that title's flyweight where he lost or defeated months later. So it was a short championship. He held on championship for just about
weigh in. He had a little trouble getting to the 115 limit. It took him 2 hours to take off the weight, and he looked positive. Carlos Gonzalez last night,
16th in Quezon City when he KO'd the Indonesian. But outside of the Philippines, unknown, only 20. In fact, that equals. So they call him Gitan Kamau, Golden Fists. And as my esteemed colleague said, certainly the biggest fight against a well-skilled and a former champion. You mentioned about the weight problem.
His first fight to the very talented and world-rated Hugo Caceres.
Acknowledged a flying left hand by Francisco. As we are approaching the end of the opening round. Oh, and a nice decision to the number 1. That was held in Panama City. So I think a lot of these world championship few and far in between fight a round or two to get his boxing feet back on, and a nice left hand by Francisco stuns the former world champ.
In the Philippines, this is
isn't ready for a boxer of Vasquez. He says, yeah, he acknowledged this is a big, even himself, they say, this is hit. And a nice left jab, hand right, that's blocked by Vasquez. But this is his time, he says. Off balance by Francisco, and there's a good evidence there as he goes flying into the ropes.
Yeah, very unorthodox stuff, and so much to the point where he correct. So he's very relaxed.
You don't normally find in the fight game. He's a college graduate, went to San Sebastian College Commerce.
That's
well, just not in the Philippines, I would say all around the world.
Sure. He reminds me of like Naseem Hamed. Just throws punches from all.
And that has brought this partisan Filipino crowd.
Just goes feeling it.
Less than 10 left to go here in the second round. Oh, and a Julio Cousins, who have trained the notables of the likes of world champion Roberto Vasquez, as we are now.
This is a bit of a crossroads fight, weight of 115, and again, we talked about the motivational problems. To be a world champion, he carry whatever power and speed he had.
We were talking before this bout about the pressure, perhaps, on the shoulders. The pride
is probably the most popular sport in Panama, along with baseball. If he doesn't win this fight, he's definitely expected to beat Francisco Panamanians.
For some reason, the unorthodox and able to figure him out just yet. Like him.
Great counter punch from Francisco.
Oh, straight left.
Wacky out here. Espinosa was slick and could come out and actually had pretty decent power.
I would think that boxers at this weight class would beat
So even his manager, Carlos Gonzalez, his speed. Obviously, that's going to affect your speed. And he lost that fight. So,
or the Spider came out in the Spider enough, even though he's called Spider, as Francisco has him up against the
body by Francisco. Doesn't have an answer right now. I'm surprised because Francisco's kind of low. You see him drop that left. Keeps that left hand.
Man, and he's deadly afraid of spiders. Ring of his bigger. I agree with you. You know, Francisco is just unorthodox.
Well, southpaw, that right hand is close to the. It's so far down. Maybe he's been tagged a few. Loose yet. He seems to be a little bit sluggish.
Sometime since his last fight, back in March of 2009, wild swing by Francisco. Oh, and tags him there with the left. Their fight was Duran Francisco just
posing ahead by two all over the world, and it makes you a very good opponent. Look at that.
Oh, and a big sweeping left hand, and down goes the former world champion. Boy, that was a haymaker.
And he's out of it right now. He doesn't know where he is.
And a big left hand and a right as Duran Francisco is beginning target practice. And Vope.
He's got no answer. Vasquez has nothing.
Francisco, the bombardier of his own plane, opening up the payload and loading and dropping the ball.
He just has no answer, Vasquez. Francisco, he's the one that came out. He gets all the credit here. He came out totally.
Vasquez is just standing right up like it's just. And
not at all. Leashed. He never. He's been stuck, Vasquez. And Francisco just so unorthodox.
It's in mixed martial arts.
You got to love Francisco. What's amazing is
fighters on different paths.
This is a crossroads fight for his fighter. Picked up where Roberto Duran has left off, and but handed to him by Duran Francisco of the Philippines.
Begging, has been asking, has been pleading at this weight, you know, than a Roberto Vasquez.
In this division,
you know,
at the 115 division.
For Vasquez, you know, parts just down the road
here and totally dominate this fight. Doesn't have the pop and the sting in any of his punches.
At least here in the Philippines, Duran Francisco eating some punches right now, but it has been all Francisco up to this point last couple of weeks, but adding on 22 pounds out against this fast hand Filipino.
I'm just amazed at Francisco.
Oh, that stuck in. Oh, that right hand got in there.
You better believe it.
Vasquez needs to go on a diet, and he's getting a steady diet of left and right hands. To the head. To the body.
But once again, he's got no answer. Whose hands are down below. Last time I've seen that, except maybe Naseem Hamed. I like Francisco's cockiness. You know, that's how you're going to succeed. Absolutely nothing. It's not the junior title that they have up for grab right now. This is and the way he's division.
Now he's got him stand up in the.
He's just going to try to.
You know, it's really sad to see. Well, both Panamanian. That's where it ends.
Standing there.
And letting this kid, like, you know, was just throwing that out there.
Taken to school by. They had to go to a sauna after the weigh-in, and he spent over an hour. He went into the sauna. And then he turns around and packs up for health and physical fitness.
It's like Francisco was winding up for another anything like it.
Except Naseem Hamed.
With other type opponents. I mean, and Roberto Vasquez just doesn't throw a punch.
Down, and then he hits him with the left.
He's just not making a mockery, you know, of the whole thing.
Naturally gifted athlete is Francisco.
A lot of success early, quickly. Nice roundhouse right.
Point on a very fine and great performance.
Did you see that uppercut?
Leonard here. This looks wobbly.
I hope he has his hunting license because it is open season. The score from awkward angle.
You are definitely going to see throw of Japan.
Yeah.
His management took a risk to face a guy of this caliber
Today, sitting ringside and oh, a nice overhand left. And now a flurry here at the end. Oh, big shot and down guy in this fight. Taking the mandatory 8. The new
Bumagsak si Roberto Vasquez sa round 5 ng laban at dahil sa mga pinsalang natamo sa Pilipinong kakaibang estilo ay bumigay na ito ng matabaan ng solido sa round 10 at pinanalo ni Kabayan ang laban sa isang impresibong technical knockout.